Everybody shut up and action. Is Snow White a good movie? I would say it's kind of mid. Snow White is a 2024 live action remake of the Disney classic animation that we all grew up watching. So if you haven't seen that animated show or movie rather, this review is definitely going to be filled with spoilers because I'm assuming at this point anyone who's actually watching this video has seen that animation, because if you're above 4 years old, you most likely have seen the movie. I mean, everyone watches it before they're 4, most likely. I mean, there are probably some people who haven't, but like, I'm assuming most people have, because it's a classic that everyone watches. If you haven't, I'm sorry for you. I hope you watch it sometime soon. Because the animated show is really good. It's something of your childhood, something that feels magical. And yes, even though there's that scene that a lot of people nowadays call creepy of, oh, a prince coming out of nowhere, kissing the Snow White and she comes to life. Yeah, I mean, I can see why that seems creepy now, but like, at the same time, when you're a kid watching that, you're not thinking, oh, this is creepy, this is that. You're just watching it, and the entire movie itself is so magical, that just feels like such a magical moment that it just unravels you inside the film. So, yeah, that feels magical. In this movie, we'll get to there. Okay, so this movie is essentially the remake, live action. It's the same story. It just feels elongated, let's go with that word, because essentially this movie feels like the entire plot, the entire storyline could be riddled down to 1 hour, a nice quick short movie. But to try and make it a feature film, they made this a musical. I mean, I think it was always a musical filled with some nice songs, but like, they add a lot of songs. Like, I mean, they're not bad, but they're not great either. But at the same time, some songs fit really well with the storyline and how things are developing, and it really hooks you into the movie. Other songs just feel like they're there to kind of elongate the plot so that the film can go from 1 hour long to 2 hours long. I mean, it just feels like, bro, you're just lengthening the movie for no reason. Just keep the story nice, short and sweet the way it was. Let me just enjoy it, you know? It was nice. But that's the entire vibe it gave off. It felt like it was a really long movie for something that is actually a really short story. And yeah, that was essentially the key thing. I want to talk about Gal Gadot and Rachel Zegler, because they look really good in their roles, with the costume department doing their work and portraying the characters. It was nice. I loved Rachel Zegler as Snow White. She really gave off the vibe of being Snow White. They changed the storyline of why Snow White's name is Snow White, so being as pale as snow didn't really make it that big of a difference. And while watching the movie, it didn't make as big of an impact. It didn't matter too much. I kind of thought they might like use a lot of makeup and do white face or something, but they didn't. Oh well, but like, you know, I think it worked well. It was Rachel Zegler gave the Snow White vibe to me. It wasn't too bad. I thought it would be a lot worse, but it wasn't. But it was fine. I actually really like Zegler as an actor, and she delivered here. And same thing with Gadot, she did a pretty good job as the evil queen. Only thing I would say is that when the roles kind of demanded a bit of a dramatic flair in their presentation, they both kind of faltered, and it suddenly went from them being the characters to people acting as the character, and that's just the acting performances that falter. But that was for some moments in the film, but other times it was fine. It was just good acting, I guess, for like keeping you hooked into the film, believing that his character's on screen. So that was nice. But the key reason I watched this movie after seeing the trailer was for the visual effects, and the visual effects in this movie are goddamn gorgeous. I love the costume, set design, VFX behind this movie. It really hooks you into this world, and it's mainly the VFX and costume design and set design that really create this magical world that you immerse yourself into. The characters, a lot of things they did to this movie, it just feels like, maybe it's because I'm grown up, but like a lot of it felt like the magic has disappeared from the movie in the way the story is being told, and it's mainly just the visual effects and lighting and all that technical details that is creating this magical world for us now. Though at the same time, I think it's also partly because we're growing up, but it is what it is, you know? But the VFX really had me hooked. I really fell in love with that. The lighting was absolutely gorgeous. I really loved all that. Well, one thing I found really creepy in this movie was the dwarves. They were fully CGI'd, I'm pretty sure, and they creeped me out for the entire movie till the end. I mean, at the end, you kind of get used to them and get to like them, because like the entire movie, you see their personality, you see them on screen, and it's like, it's making you want to like them. Their faces, it's like, it's cute, but creepy. It's like gnomes come to life, like Pinocchio became a boy, and you're like, I really like you. Like Dopey, he's like the key one. He's like, yo, you look so cute, but at the same time, you're creeping the hell out of me. I want to like you, but bro, you're creeping the hell out of me. Please get off screen as soon as possible. Like, it is low-key creeping you the hell out, and it's like, but like personality-wise, it's like, yeah, I like the character, but at the same time, you know, like that's the entire vibe they kind of give off. But at the end, you kind of start getting used to them, and you start liking them a little more. And yeah, that's there. Another thing in this movie is that they kind of altered the story and added bandits. Yeah, that was just a little weird. bandits who work for the king hiding in the woods, but not really making as big of an impact as you would expect to see them to be making. Like, maybe causing trouble. Like, yeah, they cause trouble here and there, but it doesn't feel like anything substantial. Like, what? Like, it just feels like they were just solely there because out of the rumors of all the drama behind this movie, because there was a lot of drama. I wasn't particularly following it, but I read a thing here and there, and that's what I mean by following the drama. There was some news of them doing some weird thing with the dwarves and not using dwarves, and it feels like this is what they did, where they had these diverse set of actors playing bandits, and instead of using them as dwarves, they turned them into the bandits, rewriting the story a little from all the backlash. And yeah, that's where it is, and they tried to fit them into the movie as much as possible, but besides the guy playing the prince, none of them really had much to do. There was one guy with a crossbow who was really funny, but like he's just says like 2 lines over and over again, and that was essentially why he was funny. But besides that, not as big of a difference whether they were in the movie or not. All I guess it does is add a sort of semblance to make the prince's arrival not seem creepy, and all the drama Joe about Zegler talking about something like the prince might not be in the movie, because that's the key drama piece I remember. That was utter and complete BS, because there's no way they I don't know how much they changed of the movie, but if they changed, unless they did a huge reshoot, which I'm unaware of, there's no way the prince was ever getting cut from the movie. That is one key thing. I don't know if they did reshoot, so don't ask me on that. But like, if they didn't do reshoots, there was no way that statement ever had any facts behind it. But besides that, the movie was kind of mid. It doesn't really hook you into it, but at the same time, it's not like you want to get out of it. I mean, yeah, once the movie starts feeling long, you're bored out of your mind watching it, and like, because of the way the prince scene is made and like everything, the way everything unfolds, it kind of just gets staled out and you're just waiting for the film to end. But it's not like you want to just leave the theater, even though the thought did cross my mind once or twice. But yeah, I mean, like, also another key thing, the apple scene. Like, why are you just carrying an apple in a cage, like in a box, locked box? Why are you carrying an apple in there? And it's not even a poison apple. You have to go poison it separately. It's just like, what? It's, oh yeah, it's a key, vital detail of the story. Everyone will recognize it, so it's hidden in a box. Like, just put it on a dining room and grab it from there. Like, why are you keeping it in a freaking box? Like, what? And there's stuff like that just feels so stupid. And it's like, there's this entire theme of who is the fairest of them all. And I mean, yeah, that's like the evil queen's key line. But what does being the fairest have to do with the queen's power? Like enchanting everyone around you into liking you? Like, what? Like, that's the semblance I think the film's going around with, trying to incorporate that theme to the movie. But like, besides that, it just felt like super useless. At the beginning, it kind of made sense in making the king want to marry the evil queen. But like, after that, it just felt like her obsession is with being the fairest, and it's just put there to put Snow White into the thing. It felt like, I haven't seen the animation in a long time, so this might be a problem with the animation too. But the entire aspect of being the fairest of them all felt like it was such a forced part into the story here to keep in tune with the original story, but it really had limited purpose. Like, I guess it's that, once you started losing the fairest of them all title, people stopped being enchanted by her and started being able to falter and look away from her. But like, I feel like the movie didn't kind of express that in a good way. Like, that's just me thinking after the movie to understand that, and it's not like something that's being conveyed to me by the film exactly. And I guess it's something that they want you to think about, and I guess that's what I didn't like about it, because it just didn't make sense, and I was just questioning it, like, rather than watching it immediately understanding that. Like, even if I had to think, I had to spend like a solid amount of time just questioning it, and then I thought about that and it made sense. But maybe I'm just slow in the head, or maybe, I don't know, but like, I just didn't like that. I wish it was more a direct correlation to that, if that was the case, or at least that they conveyed that better, or something or the other. But like, it just felt like such a forced part of the narrative. And yeah, I mean, overall, this movie was just mid. I'm giving this one a solid 50% on the dot. This movie was mid as hell. I mean, the visuals was what carried me. Acting performances weren't bad, but the story itself... Yeah, I'm really tired of these live-action adaptations. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think they are kind of meaningless and just cash grabs. But at the same time, I'm not going to say no to them, because they are kind of cool to see live-action, especially with the visuals here and seeing actresses dress up as princesses, because... Bro, they capture your heart when they dress up as princesses, and it's like, yeah, they're really beautiful. I want to watch this. It is amazing. It's my childhood. I watched these movies as a kid growing up, and you know, like, even if you're a guy or a girl, it doesn't matter. Like, girls might like princesses more than guys, but like, it is still a part of you because you watch these movies as a guy, and it's like, yeah, I like these movies. It's cool to see these in live action form, but I don't know, when they kind of stray away from just keeping it 1-to-1 or like properly portraying the story, it just kind of kills you a little, and you give a harsher you have a harsher take on the movie than you would have if they did it 1-to-1 or whatever. So yeah, I mean, I'm not crazy about this movie. I'm not crazy about live action remakes, but the How to Train Your Dragon remake that's coming soon, I am looking forward to that, baby. I am really, 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 really looking forward to that. I am hyped for that. But yeah, this movie is a solid 50. Check it out if you are interested in the visuals. Besides that, I would say peace.